So if I go and look for YouTube video editing on Fiverr right now, my gig appears first, literally the first one in the top row. And no matter how many times I repeat the search, my gig appears on the first page in the first row every time. How did I achieve this? In this video, I'm gonna talk about SEO, the mistakes that beginners usually make, what is niche and why should you choose it, and what can help you to get more clicks. By the way guys, make sure to watch this video till the end, because in the end I'm going to reveal the biggest myth about ranking on Fiverr and how to avoid it. Hello, I'm Polina Gif. I'm currently a level 2 seller on Fiverr. On this platform, I completed over 200 orders and I earned more than $14,000. Of course, there are a lot of things that affect your ranking. And of course, the number of reviews, the number of orders, and the seller level that you have play a huge role in this. But this is for sure not everything. And in this video, I would like to share with you super important tips which can help you a lot, even if your gig doesn't have any reviews at all. So let's start with SEO title and text of your gig. Did you know that when you create or edit your gig, you not only have a regular title, but you can also press upgrade SEO under it. It's a very important tip because it will surely help you to make your gig rank on the first page. The character limit for SEO title is just 50 characters. And if your gig title is longer than that, you have to remove some characters from the SEO title. But please make sure that removing the characters from gig title should not affect the similarities between SEO title, gig title, text, and URL preferably. Now, when someone will search any of the keyword presented in your title, and that keyword is also presented in your SEO and the URL, the chances of getting your gig on the first page will become very high. The second thing you can do to optimize your gig ranking is to pick a very specific niche. Start small. It's very important when you're just a beginner. You see, if you choose to rank for a keyword that has very high competition, your chances are very small, because there are so many people who are doing better than you at this stage. But if you choose a low competition keyword, your chance to rank high and get noticed by potential clients increases significantly. Yes, your opportunities to grow will be much smaller because not a lot of people search for this keyword as opposed to a highly competitive one. But if you're just starting, your focus should be on getting these first orders and a steady client stream. After this is achieved, you'll be ready to rank for a more competitive keyword. Let's take a look at my example. I'm a video editor, and if I wanted to rank for a keyword video editing, I'll end up with around 32,000 competitors, right? If I'm more specific and choose wedding video editing, for example, the number of my competitors is reduced by 13,000, which makes it more realistic. And if I choose food video editing, I will only have 2,000 competitors. In this case, if you manage to complete all the other steps that I mentioned in this video, the chances of getting your gig on the first page will be as high as possible. So now you see how important it is to find your niche and start small. However, you can benefit even more if you add something special to your offer. I call it your thing. Choose something that will make your gig and your offer unique and attractive to potential clients. Something that will make you stand out from the crowd. When coming up with this, you just need to think about what people are attracted to. Fast delivery and discounts are probably the most obvious things. People love it. I love it. And although I know how it works, I always fall for these special prices. Damn it, those extra packages of vegetables that just end up in my trash. 2 pieces for the price of 1. Oh, I hate these offers. You can give your clients a 50% discount on the first or the next order. You can make a special 24 hours delivery. Set the gig's price lower than the market price. Or maybe a card with stamps. Who else is obsessed with them? Tell me I'm not the only one. Okay, 2 more bobas and I get a free one. 3 more cups of coffee and I get a free one. And 1, 2, 3, 9 pieces of Pokeballs and I get a free one. Yay! Okay, I was just brainstorming here. You got the message. Choose your thing, put it on the thumbnail of your gig, big and fancy, and you're good to go, my young Padawan. What was this? Super strange, okay. Okay, now it's time to talk about description. How should you approach it to rank your gig higher? Firstly, make sure you make your description as long as possible, but don't write something just for the sake of length. Make it informative. Make sure that in the description there are as many keywords you are trying to rank for as possible. The more related keywords are used, the more chances are there for your gig to get ranked. Moreover, you need to try to get full marks in each element. And I mean the title, description, tags, image, etc. Because if a top-rated gig has a short description, he might have got full marks in other elements. That's why it's ranked. There is a limit to using one specific word in the description though. For example, in my gig, it didn't allow me to save my description because I used the word video too many times. And I was sitting there trying to figure out how can I replace the word video if I talk about videos. So yeah, you would need to spend some time on your description. Going further, there is one very big mistake that I would like to warn you about. This is the worst thing you can do for your gig, and it's about copy-pasting. Don't copy-paste anything, otherwise forget the ranking. You can make research, take a look at your competitors' gigs and get the ideas, but copy-paste isn't allowed. If your English grammar and writing skills are not perfect, or you simply want to choose something that's already working for some people, you can easily copy description, titles and taglines from the top-ranked gigs in your niche. Copy a couple of them, combine the best parts, and then make slight changes. This is not only allowed, but it will also be a very smart thing to do. But don't ever copy-paste anything from other gigs. Otherwise, you'll get a strike and your account could be banned. Nobody wants this, right? Another crucial but very simple thing is about being online all the time. But why should you really? Maybe you noticed that on Fiverr, when looking at the gigs, you can see if the seller is actually online now. There is this green little circle that appears near the profile picture. And moreover, in the search, you can ask Fiverr to show you only the sellers who are currently online. And maybe it's not the most important thing for ranking higher, but it can definitely increase your chances of getting clicks and impressions, because some clients could search for only the sellers who are online now. And plus, it's not that hard to make, right? You can figure out the way to stay online 24/7 if you want, but I would recommend to simply have the app opened on your phone or the window with Fiverr in your browser right when you wake up. And don't forget to constantly update a page throughout the day. Now it's time to talk about myths. Let me reveal probably the most common myth about ranking on Fiverr and explain why you shouldn't believe it. If you watched videos or read articles with any Fiverr tips, you probably heard this. Your gig title, SEO title, tags, description and the URL of the gig should have the same keywords. You place them and you don't change them after making your gig. Where do I start? This is not true at all, guys. I think this is the worst advice someone can give you. You see, I've been changing all of these things in my gig a lot of times before finding what works for me. Otherwise, how do you really know what works for you and what doesn't? In fact, my gig for YouTube video editing even has a URL without YouTube keyword in it. It says, edit your social media video. It's simply because when I created this gig, I gave it this title. Then I decided to narrow down my niche and I changed it a lot of times. This advice is like, do the thing and just sit and wait, okay? In Russian we have this saying, ждать у моря погоды, which translates like waiting for the weather by the sea. Or a better one is авось да небось, which translates like, hey Google, how do you translate авось да небось?
Maybe yes, I suppose.
Well, not really. It translates like maybe somehow. The meaning is leaving things to chance, which is the most useless thing to do, right? Of course, there are some nuances, and there is no doubt that you should be careful with changing the title. If you want to know about these nuances and learn some other important tips on how to succeed on Fiverr, I recommend you to click on the video that you see on your screen now. But before you do so, don't forget to like this video if you think that I managed to give you some value, and subscribe to my channel for more. On this channel I talk about freelance and filmmaking, the two biggest F's of my life. But for now, thank you for watching and I hope to talk to you soon. Пока-пока!